Hey everyone, it's Jim
And Charles
from Mellow Amps, and we're going to just keep on going populating the main PCB. In fact, we're getting close to being done. So go ahead and grab all of the yellow coupling caps. There's 4 of them, and they are for C5 and C6 spots. They're all labeled on the board. And
the caps are all the same value, so you don't have to worry about putting in the wrong ones.
Yeah, and in keeping with putting labeling in the same direction, because I've got this one labeled that way, I'll put this one like that.
And try to keep the label facing out, of course.
Yeah. And there's really nothing to this. I'll put one in with you, and we'll take a look at it. Just a little bit of flux is all we need for this job. It's a little bigger component, so we're going to go 370 C, 690 Fahrenheit, and we're just getting going after lunch, so we're going to clean up and tin the tip so it's nice and bright. Put a drop of solder on it, press, put a drop of solder in, and it's flowing just beautifully. I'm going to fill, hold, and I'm off. Same over here. Now, pro tip, often in builds you need little jumpers, and some of the capacitors come with these wonderful oversized leads that are tin copper. They're nice and long, they're good gauges for jumpers, so you should have a little container or something with them and just keep them somewhere safe. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. See, we got a little flow through here, and it's looking really quite good, but we could come in and we could finish that up just a little bit. Are we on camera?
Yep.
And over here, boom.
There we go.
And let's just take a quick look at that and get it up nice and close so you can have a peek at that. And that's just perfect.
Okay, so take care of all those, and we'll see you back here in a second.
Okay. Time for the trickiest soldering job of the entire build. We've got to put these micro switches in. You need to be 110% focused to do a neat job. If you bugger them up, you're going to have a serious problem. So, the first thing is the switch has 3 positions. So it can go to one end or the other end, or it can go to the détente position. So when we're soldering it, we want them in the middle position. So
that means no heat is getting transferred between the contacts on the inside.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the switches go on the side of the board the sockets are, and they're marked SW2 and SW3. So that's the side that we're actually going to install them.
And they can go in either direction. It doesn't matter as long as they fit into the solder holes.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use the weight of the board, which is not that much, to hold it, and we're going to block up the other end a little bit so that it's roughly level.
You could also do this with another set of hands where somebody holds it in place while you solder it from the other side.
Now I'm just sneaking underneath here and checking to see if we're all lined up. And we look pretty good. I'm just you got to make sure that you're really in position. Now, turn down your soldering iron. We're going to come in, I think, at 360 C, which is about 680 Fahrenheit. We're going to put the smallest amount of flux we can get onto the pads. The pads are very small.
If you have a smaller tip for your iron, now's probably the time to switch to it. We're going to keep using the standard one that we always use, and it is a bit big, but we're experienced enough to be able to use it.
Yeah, this would definitely be a time to put a smaller tip. Now, if your smaller tip's brand new and you haven't used it, go find some junk parts and do some soldering.
Yeah,
because
break it in first.
You got to break it in, and you got to make sure that new tip is tinned, or you're going to have a lot of grief. And we don't want grief. That's why, we're here. Okay. Now, because these switches aren't that sturdy, well, they're reasonably sturdy, but they're not that big. You can't push that hard. So you're going to just be fairly lightly pushing. And I'm going to show you. It's a little tricky to get it on camera and show you. So I'm going to tack 2 corners.
It doesn't take much.
See how fast that was? I came in with a little bit of solder on my tip. And now I'm on the other corner, diagonally.
And there we go.
And I'm going to do the same over here. That hold is not a second anymore. I would say it's like a quarter of a second maybe, Charles? Something like that.
Okay.
It's like a nanosecond.
So now that you've got the corners tacked in, you want to flip over and just make sure that you're seated all the way down and that the switch is straight.
So let's have a good look at that. So yeah, that looks good. Let's try it in the other dimension. That one looks good, and this one looks really good too.
Now, if they aren't level, if they are a little bit off or tilted in one direction, just heat up the pad on that side and push it down a bit further.
Let's just show, because this is easy to muck up. So what you would do is you put a little pressure here, like this. You'd bring in your iron to the corner that's up a little bit. You put just a little heat until it melts, and then you would push your component in, and then you would get off while you're holding it.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Be gentle with those switches. They are not cheap.
And be gentle if it's resting on them like this. Don't press down too hard into them.
Okay, so let's go back to the way we had it set up. So we've got a little block. It should be close to the height of the switch off of the board.
You could use something like a book or...
whatever you find.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a can of gasoline holding it up though, right? Yeah. Okay, everybody got that. Nothing flammable.
So then you come back in and you just tack on the remaining pins.
I'm going to do the other diagonals. How are we on camera?
Looking good.
And I think I'm going to come over here and I'll do these as well.
And this also helps minimize how much heat gets built up on the switches.
Now notice I've got my trusty little roll of solder, and it's like ready to go. So you want to be everything you want it to be ready to go. You don't want to be like fumbling and thinking, oh,
holding the iron on there as you reel out more solder. And,
yeah. Okay, so now that we've got the corners all on, it's a little harder to get into the middle, but it's not impossible. So just going to take our time. I'm going to come in and boom. Same over here. Boom. Okay, let's have a look at that.
Oh, you got to do the middle one here still.
Well, we're trying to save time.
Okay.
We want these videos to move fast. So take a look at that. We're just a hair crooked because there's a tiny amount of play in the actual pinholes, but it's really, I don't think you could even see that if you looked for it after it's built, because the top plate will cover everything but the round hole and the bat. So I'm not going to worry about it. It must have shifted a little bit between soldering jobs. But anyways, take a good look at your soldering pads. You do not need huge blobs of solder here, because if you do that, you're going to end up bridging, and you don't want to bridge. So a nice little tap of solder on that small pad, and that's it. Call it good. Bob's your uncle. Well done, everyone. Thank you for focusing. A lot of the work to come is going to be a lot easier and a lot more relaxed, so we can sort of chill a little bit.
All right, we're going to get the rest of these pins soldered up, and we'll see you back here in a second.
Okay, let's tackle something that's going to be easy and fun. So we've got to get electrolytics for C1 and C2, C4, A and B. And so let's start with the big one here. 47 microfarad 450 volt is going into the C1, C2 position. Electrolytics have polarity, so they have to be installed with the correct polarity or the capacitor blows up. The bigger the capacitor, the bigger the bang. So pay attention. So there's always going to be on an electrolytic a band, and the band is always negative.
Same with the short lead. That also marks it as a negative as well.
So the positive side has nothing on it, but the lead almost always, not always, but almost always is longer on the positive side as well. And what that does is allow you to check the back side of the board after you've installed them and figure it out. Now, what Charles has done is he's put a nice band where all the electrolytics go. So let's start with one of these C1s. Well, there is only one. We'll get C1 in, and then you'll know what you're doing. Now, you see how, let me get it on camera, you see how the band is lined up with the band on the board? And of course, the cap goes on the side that the part is printed, yeah? Okay. Now, these electrolytics are definitely a little bigger than the switches that we just installed with surgical precision. So I think we're going to come up to about 370 for these.
But capacitors don't like heat, so don't hang out on that lead for very long. You want to be nice and quick.
Yeah, so 370 C, 690 Fahrenheit. By now in the build, you're probably
an expert,
a pro, and you're starting to pick up speed as you get more experience. So hold for just a second, and we're off. You know, with practice, you increase your performance, but you also increase your speed. And if you're just a hobbyist and you're at home and you're just having a great time building your own audio kit, you don't need to worry about speed. So take your time and do a good job. Okay, let's snip these off. That's a nice lead. I'm going to keep that long one. And let's flip it over so you can see. Now, with electrolytics, we're going to check 3 times to make sure we've got our orientation correct. You can see Charles deliberately left some banding showing so that you can see that it's oriented correctly. They all go in like this. So get C2 in, C4A and C4B. C4 is just the 470 microfarad 50 volt, these little guys here. Okay.
We'll see you back here in a second.
Okay, so we've got the bigger 470, 450 volt caps installed, 47 microfarad 450 volts, and
the 470 50 volts over there.
50 volts installed. Now, we're getting close to being finished, so well done, everyone.